Mike Black Excellence Reloaded. 2025's boldest moments in music, film and shade. Let's get one thing straight. Black entertainers have been running pop culture since before hashtags were even a thing. But in 2025, the girls, the divas, and the icons said, we're not just participating, we're rewriting the script. From Beyoncé redefining country music to Lizzo stepping into Sister Rosetta Tharpe's shoes, to Ledisi showing pure class at the Super Bowl, this year has been about Black artists reclaiming space, sound, and spotlight. So grab your teeth sweet or spiked, no judgment, and let's dive into the messy, magical, and magnificent world of Black entertainment, where talent, drama, and destiny meet under one dazzling spotlight. Honeybee Beyoncé. The Queen reclaims the range. You thought she was done after Renaissance? Baby, Beyoncé said, hold my cowboy hat. In 2025, Queen Bey lassoed the country charts with Cowboy Carter, an album that turned Nashville upside down and made everybody remember what country music actually sounds like when it comes from the roots. The real gag. It wasn't just an album, it was a cultural shift. She became the first Black woman this century to win Album of the Year at the Grammys, a long overdue honor. The speech, elegant but dripping with silent shade. You could feel the energy in the room like, we finally let Beyoncé win something she already deserved 10 years ago. Her Cowboy Carter Tour. Phew. Denim, rhinestones, and Black pride all over that stage. She had everyone from Houston to Harlem shouting, "Yee-haw," while serving high fashion that made even the country purists blink twice. Forget Dolly, Beyoncé gave the cowboy boot a fresh polish. Why it mattered. Beyoncé didn't just make a country album. She claimed a genre that once rejected her. She made it clear, Black women don't need permission to take up space in any sound. And of course, the gossip mill ran wild. Rumors about surprise guest appearances, Jay-Z in the crowd acting like her #1 groupie, and a mystery collab with Shania Twain that allegedly had the studio smelling like sage and success. But in the end, Beyoncé reminded us that when she reinvents herself, the industry follows. Period. Guitar Lizzo is Rosetta Tharpe. The glow-up of the century. After a storm of lawsuits, headlines, and think pieces, Lizzo pulled the biggest comeback plot twist. She's starring as the legendary Sister Rosetta Tharpe in her first lead film role, Rosetta. Let's talk about full circle moments. Rosetta Tharpe was the godmother of rock and roll, before Elvis, before Chuck Berry, before the industry knew how to handle a guitar-slinging Black woman. Lizzo stepping into that role. That's poetic, karmic, and shady revenge energy all rolled into one. The internet went wild when the first images dropped. Lizzo in a vintage dress, electric guitar in hand, channeling gospel power and rock rebellion. Social media did what it does best. Half the world was cheering her on, and the other half was pretending they knew who Rosetta Tharpe was before the announcement. Here's the real tea. Lizzo's resilience is the story. People tried to cancel her. She responded by booking a biopic. She turned scandal into strategy, and that's the kind of energy we need in 2025. And behind the scenes, rumor has it that Lizzo personally fought for Black women in the production crew, ensuring hair, makeup, and wardrobe were handled by people who understand melanin magic. The premiere's going to be a moment, mark my words, with gospel choirs, rock riffs, and maybe a little, "About Damn Time" remix just to remind us she's still that girl. Musical notes: Ledisi, grace, grit and gospel at the Super Bowl. Now let's talk about a queen who doesn't do mess, Ledisi. She doesn't chase trends, she builds legacies. At Super Bowl 2025, Ledisi sang, "Lift every voice and sing," and you could hear a pin drop in that stadium. In an age where performances are more about pyrotechnics and TikTok dances, Ledisi gave pure vocal therapy. She didn't need a wardrobe malfunction or viral gimmick. Just her voice, her mic, and 70,000 people feeling the weight of Black history through her notes. That's not entertainment. That's church, baby. Her album The Crown is pure elegance, and she's following it with For Dinah, a tribute to Dinah Washington that's already earning standing ovations from critics. Ledisi's artistry reminds the industry what authentic Black music sounds like: timeless, soulful, and unapologetically classy. Fun fact. While everyone else was arguing on Twitter, Ledisi was out here mentoring young artists and preparing to teach a masterclass on the art of staying relevant without losing yourself. We love a humble legend. Trophy the BET Awards. Legends got their flowers. The 2025 BET Awards were a whole mood. It wasn't just an award show, it was a family reunion with sequins, nostalgia, and side eyes in HD. Mariah Carey, Snoop Dogg, Jamie Foxx, and Kirk Franklin all received the Ultimate Icon Award, and baby, it was emotional. Mariah hit a whistle note so high, even the lights started flickering. Jamie cracked jokes between tears, and Snoop thanked everyone from Dr. Dre to his grandmama who used to let him rap over the kitchen table beats. It was giving. OGs finally get their flowers while still being booked and busy. Meanwhile, newer stars like Coco Jones, Victoria Monet, and Tyla showed the world that the next generation of Black excellence isn't just talented, they're versatile, confident, and ready for the main stage. The shade moment of the night. When two ex-friends in the audience pretended to hug for the cameras but whispered through gritted teeth. Don't act like the mic didn't catch it. Nail polish medium dark skin tone the drama behind the glamour. Now, you know we can't talk Black entertainment without addressing the drama, the kind that keeps gossip blogs alive and group chats buzzing. The Nicki vs. Megan feud flared up again, with new diss lyrics, sneak likes, and cryptic tweets that fans decoded like it was a college course. Nobody's backing down, and the Barbs vs. Hotties war remains undefeated in internet history. Reality TV girls kept the entertainment going. The Real Housewives franchises might be losing steam, but the shade still flows like wine in Dubai. Word on the street is a few housewives are pitching, All Stars of Shade, a crossover season nobody's ready for but everybody needs. Music industry whispers hint that several 2000s R&B stars are planning a super tour. Think Monica, Brandy, Fantasia, and Maya, all in one night. The millennials will be screaming like it's 2003 again. In short, the girls are still fighting, the producers are still stirring, and the viewers AKAs are eating it up. Global Black influence. What's wild about 2025 is how Black entertainment has gone global, not just exported, but embraced and imitated. Afrobeats continues to dominate, with Burna Boy and Tems performing at world festivals like they're on a global victory lap. Tyler Perry expanded his studios to Ghana. And South African actress Thuso Mbadu became the face of a new fashion campaign for Louis Vuitton. Yes, luxury finally caught up. It's the kind of global shine that reminds the world, when Black creativity moves, culture shifts. Light bulb what it all means. If 2025 has taught us anything, it's this: Black entertainers are no longer asking for inclusion, they're defining the industry. They're producing, owning, and curating their own narratives. Whether it's Beyoncé rewriting country history, Lizzo rewriting her own story, or Ledisi keeping classic soul alive, every move screams, we belong here, and we're here to stay. And through all the gossip, drama, and shade, there's growth. There's ownership. There's representation. As fans, we live for the mess, but we also recognize the message. Black excellence isn't just a hashtag, it's a lifestyle. Writing hand medium dark skin tone final sip of tea. 2025 is giving Renaissance energy, literally and spiritually. From Grammys to movie screens, from blog headlines to history books, Black entertainers are commanding attention in every lane. And yes, we're going to talk about their outfits, feuds, and relationships, because that's half the fun. But let's also celebrate the bigger picture: the art, the power, and the evolution. So whether you're dancing to Beyoncé, crying to Ledisi, or quoting Lizzo for motivation, remember, these aren't just celebrities. They're architects of culture. Black excellence didn't just show up this year. It showed out. Author note: if you love this kind of culture meets shade storytelling, read more on Reality Rundown or subscribe to the Whitelow's Times newsletter for weekly tea, truth, and talk about entertainment that matters.